think every main character starts at rock bottom, or at least the part of the movie where everything's about to change. It's messy, it's confusing, kind of quiet, but maybe that's the point. Maybe becoming the main character doesn't start with a big transformation. Maybe it starts right here, in the small, almost invisible moments where you decide you want more for yourself. So this is my guide to becoming the main character of your life. Every main character has a look. Not because it makes them stand out, but because it makes them feel a little more like themselves. For some people it's perfume, or jewellery, or the way they do their eyeliner. For me, I think it's always been my hair. Every time life shifts, I change it. It just gives me this boost of confidence like nothing else does. It's less about vanity and more about control. A small way of saying, I'm still here, I'm still becoming. It's funny how something so small can feel like a reset. Maybe that's what transformation really is. Not becoming someone new, but becoming back to someone you've always been. It's not about changing who I am, it's about finally seeing her more clearly. I feel like the structure for what kind of hairstyle I have is very much based on when I washed my hair. If it's like day 1 or 2 of washing my hair, I tend to have it down because I do feel like I have a very beautiful natural hair type. This is not my natural hair. This has been heat styled. But when it comes to hair colour, I definitely am like a half and half hair colour kind of person. I've gone between like different colours. It's gone from like purple to red for like quite a while now. I feel like I really like the purple. I was watching like old videos and like saw the purple and I feel like it's very me. This is obviously before I've washed my hair, but this colour is beautiful and it only just like fades with every wash and I don't know, like grows with me until I dye it again. I also love the blonde, but I don't want to deal with the roots, so I'm just letting it grow out currently, so that's the process we're currently going through. This is the hair vibe for now. Every main character needs a soundtrack. Not because life suddenly turns into a movie when music starts playing, but because sometimes the right song makes it a little easier to keep going. For me, music has always been a massive part of my life and it feels like it kind of pinpoints like certain parts, like I can relate certain parts of my life to certain songs. So I feel like a good solid playlist is so important. So I need a playlist for this chapter of my life. I'm so sorry, I just hit my koala in the shed. In the shed? In the face. This is my shed pet, Mr. Koala and Co. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Koala. I'm going to make the playlist on this YouTube account, so if you're interested, go to my playlists and it'll be there. I chose the name Scenes from a Life I'm Building to represent this era of my life. Now where to start? I think a good starting point is a song off Taylor's new album. My first thought was Cancelled. In a different way to any of the other songs, I feel like a deep connection to that one. So I think Cancelled might be the first song on the playlist. I'm trying to think in terms of songs that make me feel inspired. And like nothing is coming to mind. I kind of want it to be just like a completely different playlist of like songs that I haven't got on every other playlist. I've decided if I play a song and it makes me dance, it's going on the playlist. That's my new method. I now have a completed playlist. It's got a total of 40 tracks. For some reason, whilst I was adding tracks, it's added like 40 extra tracks. So I've just gone through and deleted all the ones that I didn't want on there. But there is also some extras that I was like, do you know what, I haven't heard that song in so long, let's keep it on, it's actually quite a good song. I'm actually quite happy with the playlist. It's very different from my usual playlist. So I'm quite excited for it. There's a bit of everything on here for like when I'm having bad days and when I'm having good days and I need to pick me up. There's just a bit of everything on there and it's just perfect, I would say. There's also some new songs on there that I haven't heard before, but I listened to the first like 10 seconds and I was like, yep, that's going on there. Variety. Every story needs a setting, a place that feels like home. For a while I didn't have that. I felt stuck in spaces that didn't fit me anymore, rooms that carried versions of me I'd already outgrown. But then we built this space, the Jade Shed. Somewhere I could breathe again, make a mess, start new things without feeling like I was in the way. The first place that feels completely mine, where I can just be without trying to perform or shrink myself down. Somewhere I can be fully creative, but also somewhere I can be motivated to do the small things like clean, rearrange, and throw things away. It's made me realise how big those small things are, like just cleaning your space. Everything feels lighter and it brings new life. I think everyone deserves a space that feels completely like them, even if it's just a hanging photo or a crochet banner or putting flowers in an old jar. Tiny things that remind you that this is your world and you get to shape it. Feels so much more homely already. I can't believe I forgot to mention that the intention of this blind was to be used as a projector screen. I don't yet have a projector, but I do intend on getting one, so then it can be like sat where you are currently, and then shining on here, and I can watch movies in the shed. Everything I've made feels like a love letter to the space, a way of saying thank you for giving me somewhere to begin again. I feel like especially if you're trying to build like an unconventional life, it's important to have a space where you can like fully focus on it. I feel like I didn't until recently realise how important it is to have a space that's not your bedroom to do everything, because previously I would do everything in my bed. Now I feel like I can fully appreciate why it's good to have different spaces for each thing, because now this is like my creative area, and then when I go to bed I can just like switch off and like that is my chill out time. It's like a separate place of work kind of thing. Every main character has that style that makes them feel more like themselves. For me, it's about the energy. When I wear something I love, I stop trying to disappear. I feel like long skirts just have this way of making me feel confident. I don't know what it is about them, but like I just feel so magical, and they also make me just feel like an artsy person. Like I don't know if I'm just like embodying like an art teacher kind of vibe, but I just love a long skirt. I feel like my secret formula for an outfit just has to include a long flowing skirt if I need like a feel good like pick me up. As long as she's got a long skirt, I feel like that's my vibe. Like I really don't like wearing jeans because I find them really like restricting, and I just don't feel in my free flowing state. T-shirt wise, it's just anything. Like I do like these like crop tops that are just like basic and they don't have sleeves, so they're not touching my arms and they're not overstimulating me. I obviously do have those days where I try on so many different outfits and nothing is the vibe. I feel like this would probably be my go-to outfit in that situation, so I put far too much hairspray in my hair. Finding your like style is hard and easy at the same time. Like you've just got to like keep trying on different styles. Charity shops are very good for that, because I would have never seen myself wearing long skirts. Little me would probably be looking at me like, you put a pair of leggings on. And also accessories wise, I'm so basic when it comes to like outfits. I love like a single necklace, maybe sometimes like 2 necklaces. There's always a scrunchie or like hair bubbles on my wrist. I also always have like a beaded bracelet or like a friendship bracelet, another hairband. Yeah. Most importantly, every main character has a storyline, even if it doesn't make sense yet. For a long time, mine felt like a bunch of half-written chapters. I think we forget that we're allowed to change the plot whenever we need to reinvent ourselves, take a new direction, or rewrite the script. For the first time in my life, I can actually see a vision of where I want to go. So I made a new vision board, not because I've got it all figured out, but because I finally feel ready to try again. Maybe becoming the main character isn't about finally arriving somewhere. Maybe it's about deciding to stop waiting. It's cutting your hair, changing your playlist, rearranging your world. Not because everything's perfect, because you're brave enough to keep rewriting it. You don't have to know the ending yet. You just have to take the next scene. And maybe this, right here, right now, is where your story finally starts to feel